I really like regional aircraft. I really like the Embraer ERJ-145, but in the BA livery? Well, let's find out. And with that, welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at an Embraer ERJ-145 from British Airways. At the front of the box we have the cutout, so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and we also have the British Airways branding. Then on the back side of the box we have the original dimensions of the aircraft itself, also a lovely little image of the aircraft, and we can see it is a limited edition. Quickly before we start the review, I should mention that I bought this aircraft model second hand, and I have come across it once with and once without a little piece of cardboard with an apron position printed on, so I cannot say which one is standard and which one is not. And here she is, the Embraer ERJ-145 in the current livery of British Airways. Now, this aircraft type is not currently in use with British Airways. It used to be operated for British Airways from one of their various regional branches until it was transferred to Flybe. Now, with that out of the way, let's take a closer look at some of the many details this aircraft model has to offer. And here on the vertical stabilizer we have the British Airways branding, which of course is derived from the Union Jack. On the engine nacelle here on the side we can see the full registration code of the aircraft. Across the fuselage we then find above the wing the emergency exit printed on. We also have the British Airways branding, including the One World logo, of which British Airways of course is a founding member. Also, a little bit of detailing can be found at the very front of the aircraft around the cockpit section, where we also have the window wipers printed on. The engine nacelles have been kept in all white, but do, as mentioned before, carry the full registration code of the aircraft. And if we look into the front of the engines, we can even see the engine fan blades, which is really brilliant considering how tiny this little aircraft model is. At the top side of the wings we can see the different flap slats and spoilers carved out. This could be a little bit more dominant, but it's okay. On the underside of the wings we then have the full registration code of the aircraft once again. The landing gear is also surprisingly well detailed considering the size of this aircraft model. I'm not a super big fan of the front landing gear, especially the wheel, but again it is pretty decent considering the size of this model. So there we have it, the Embraer ERJ-145 in the current livery of British Airways. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Well, considering how small it is, I mean, the Embraer in real life is not a very large aircraft, and in scale to 1/500 not at all. And considering that, it is actually really rather detailed. I mean, it has the details that we would expect on large aircraft types. We have the engine fan blades, we have some decent amount of detailing on the wing, and the landing gear is actually surprisingly good. So yeah, I would say it is a very lovely little aircraft and absolutely worth having in one's collection. With that, we've reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then feel free to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. If you're new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. And with that, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.